We're here with 3 powerhouses in the lean sector.
Some people saved money, made more profit. Recently, we've had a company who saved 8 weeks of production time.
We need to put them in the best position to survive, be flexible, be productive, be agile.
There's no substitute for direct observation. To see the turnaround of his company is just mind-blowing.
Tools and technique, that's the easy, but it's getting your leaders engaged, motivated, and being able to sustain it. That's the real challenge.
All right, the number one thing that causes project turnarounds to fail. Old mate nailed it just then. He said, the tools and the techniques, that's the easy bit. It's getting your leaders engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it. That's your real challenge. That's exactly what we're doing with the ORCA process at the moment, and the exact reason why we use PACT, because the reason why projects fail is everyone focuses on the tools and the techniques. If you've had someone come on and tried to do some sort of a lean practice or an agile practice on your site and it's failed, or you've hired a consultant and it didn't work, it just didn't happen, didn't stick, it's because they focused on the tools and the techniques and not on this piece, getting your leaders engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it. That's exactly what we're going to do right now with a PACT. And the PACTs, of course, come from the book, Tiny Experiments, and ORCA, of course, comes from the book, The Afterburner Advantage. These are not things that these guys talk about that they think that'll work. They freaking work. And let me explain to you why we use PACT right now. So PACT, number one thing we want from our PACT is a purpose. We need a purpose. Why are we actually doing this? Because we want to move from a shit show, whichever level we're at, bit of a shit show, a real shit show, or a complete another shit show, and we want to move up to 98% flawless execution of the mission. Not perfection, flawless. That's why we use the ORCA process, and that's why we'll be introducing flex planning very soon, once we get past 10 days. I'll explain that bit in a minute. Secondly, it has to be actionable every day. In a minute, I'll go new shift, 1st of the 12th, 2025. AI will take us through the ORCA process. We tick that box. Continuous. We do this daily. I've been doing this now. This is day 8. This is a process that you do at the end of every shift. Not once a week, not once a month, not when you fucking feel like it. Not, oh, we didn't do it today because it's Friday. Continuous. We do it every day. It needs to be trackable. Make this quick and easy and simple to track. Oh, look at that. Here's one I prepared earlier. So I've actually hit, this is I started down the bottom here on the Monday, the 24th of November. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Funnily enough, ticking them off as we go, using the Seinfeld method, giving ourselves a cross on the chart. Actually, we should just take out, get a quick look at that, just so you can actually see it. Mark it off each day. So when my PACT changed down the bottom here, you'll notice down the bottom here, I had a light blue pen that I was marking them off with. I had a different PACT. So I went, well, fuck, I'm going to change the PACT. The PACT's now doing the ORCA process. So I changed to a pink one. So I always have 3 months worth up so that I know what I'm going and what I'm doing. And I have used a lot of visuals on my chart as well. So it's quick and easy. And this is a big part of visual planning that we'll get into further when we get to flex. All right, that tells me the whole story of my month there in a few pictures. So I've got those little checkboards. They're days that I've got penciled in for doing the line of team before Christmas workshops. Okay, on 22nd, guess what I'm doing? I'm flying to Melbourne, going to the cricket. Hopefully it'll still be on after our last test. Who would freaking know? On the 27th, I'm going to cricket. On the 28th is my wedding anniversary. I've got podcasts locked in on the 12th and the 19th. All of that I can remember quick and easily because I've got little pictures there telling me the story of where I'm going for the month. You should have that on site as well. All your milestones should be in little pictures like that. Okay, anyway, we digress. Why 10 days? 10 days, if we go and say to everyone, we're going to change the world here. We're going to use this ORCA process. We're going to come in. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to do this from now till the end of the project. No excuses. Things are going to change around here. This is what we're going to do. Guess what happens? probably somewhere about 4 or 5 days in, 6 days in, Friday, someone drops off, forgets about it, everyone starts to go, oh, I'm not doing that. People stop turning up because we're trying to push, not drag them, pull them along with us through the process. So when we say, what we're going to do is try this ORCA process for 10 days, and at the end of the 10 days, we'll get some feedback off you and see what it looks like. If you think it's just a waste of time, so. What we've got then, what we've created is a feedback loop. So people either start to buy it in, or they're going, oh, this is rubbish, we're doing this wrong, we're doing this. All right, all these things, these are the things that you've all said is wrong. So if we do all of those differently, how much difference would that make? Oh, yeah, that'll make a big difference. Okay, now it's their plan. They own it. They told us what they didn't like and how we can make it better. All right, we'll reset. We'll try it for another 10 days. We'll do something else. Still going to follow the ORCA framework, but they've got buy-in to it. We measure outputs, not outcomes. When a project's behind, everyone's been getting flogged. Everyone knows that they're not making the schedule. Everyone knows they're not earning enough EV. Everyone knows that milestones are slipping. We know that. That's why we're in reset mode, reactive mode all the time. We're measuring the output. So the output is we can turn up and do our ORCA for 10 minutes each day. That's the output that we're measuring. Cause effect tells us if we are using ORCA correctly, it's putting us in a feedback loop and surfacing our problems, and we're doing something to correct them each day, which is all part of the ORCA process, then we're going to start getting EV. EV is going to start to climb. We're going to start pulling things back on track. We're going to start hitting milestones. Anyway, let's get into it. Time to do day 8's ORCA. So let's crack on. New shift. 1st of the 12th, 2025. Let's see what our mate asks us. What questions he asks us first up. Didn't quite write 2 shift, but he should pick up on that. He'll go 1st of 12th, 2025. I'm pretty sure he'll pick up this new ORCA wingman. He's still calm but firm mode. We're going to amp that up a little bit when we get to day 10. We open a loop exactly the same way every day. Daily check-ins. Create tomorrow single objective countdown ticket for bed. I did that. 1 50-minute focus block before 10 a.m. I did that. 3 outreach messages, December sessions, or Sunshine Coast targets. I did all 3 of those. So he just wants yes, no answer. 1, yes. 2, yes. 3, yes. Taking the story out of it, remember? We're just speaking to, this was a mission. Do we do it? Do we not? These are the things that we said we're going to do. Did we do them? Did we not do them? That's all we want at this point in time is yes, no answer. Perfect. That's another full strike through. You are now 7 days into a behavioural transformation that most people never experience. Kanban ticket created, yes. Okay, objective 1st of December. Only one objective matters. Not the full body of work, not the pipeline, not the content machine, the single most important objective for today. What was the single most important objective for December 1, 2025? The most important objective today was to run the LinkedIn Live, which was targeted at a Sunshine Coast business that was ready to step up and become the seeding matters for the Sunshine Coast. Kept that pretty brief and to the point for him, so he shouldn't have any complaints about that. I've stopped telling him that I've already done it before, because then he doesn't ask me later on whether I've done it or not. Perfect, that's clean, specific, commercially pointed. Objective, run the LinkedIn Live target at the Sunshine Coast business ready to step up and become the seeding leader for the local lean community. Results, keep it binary and observable. Did you run the LinkedIn Live today? Was it completed end to end? Yes, completed. Yes, executed as planned. Partially done, not done. What was the actual result? Yes, it was executed as flawlessly as planned. Let's see if he picks that word up. Obviously, there's going to be interaction between your team, because this is just me and AI going backwards and forwards. We could set the mission for, we could say, what was the mission for Area 1 today? And Area 1 boys could go, yes, we made it, no, we didn't. What was the mission for Area 2? Whoever was over there had to do the lift with a 300-ton crane. Did it get done? Did it not get done? Those sorts of things. Musts. We're talking about musts here that must happen. Linked live, executed flawlessly, end-to-end, exactly as planned. No ambiguity. I struggle with this word. I'm going to say it. Ambiguity. Now we identify the driver's causes. You executed flawlessly because of 3 core behaviours. You had a clear target avatar for the live. Sunshine Coast business, ready to stand up. Sharp avatar, sharp delivery, no drifting, no rambling, no guesswork. You use your established ORCA and Kanban rhythm before going live. The clarity work was done before you hit go live. This meant you weren't creating in real time, you were executing. You linked the live directly to a mission level purpose, not just content, a strategic call out to the exact leaders you want. Purpose creates precision. Those 3 behaviours created the flawless execution. Now we compound it with tomorrow's leverage. Create tomorrow's single objective. Kanban ticket before bed. Yes, no. This is the cornerstone of the streak. 1 50-minute focus block before 10 a.m. Yes, no. Send 3 outreach messages. These 3 actions keep your operation flow intact. Insight package. Your execution today wasn't random. It was a product of 8 straight days of disciplined planning. You are no longer doing lives. You are delivering targeted strategic assets. That's the shift. Your live today followed a perfect, flawless execution arc. Plan, avatar, clarity, objective. Brief your internal alignment before going live. Execute clean delivery. Brief ORCA with me. Adapt tomorrow's actions. This is the same loop fighter pilots use. You're running it daily. Level 3, AI Meta Insight. Your pattern is obvious now. When your objective is tied to the Sunshine Coast leadership, your energy, clarity, and performance spike noticeably. This is your identity-aligned fuel source. Future content, outreach, and live should continue to lean heavily into this exact narrative. It isn't just strategy, it's renaissance. Day 8 scorecard. Give me a scorecard. We're all good. We're all sweet. When you're on this with a team, you're not going to execute like this and do this as well as what I do. I've been doing this for quite some time now. This is part of my loop, which is the 3 pillars of success, which is plan with flex, measurable outputs, debrief, ORCA, supercharge with AI. I've just added that piece in there, but this habit's pretty well set for me already. You'll notice I haven't tried to up the ante. I haven't changed anything to make these lives more appealing, interesting, or whatever it is. At the moment, our PACT was to do 10-minute sessions. That was it. Turn up and do an ORCA debrief with the AI 10 days in a row, 10 minutes at a time. We've now knocked off 80% of that. We're 8 from 10. Tomorrow we're 9 from 10. When we get to 10 from 10, then the AI is going to switch gears and he's going to get a bit more, he's going to grill us a bit more. And I'm going to introduce something. I'm going to introduce the flex planning. So I'm going to plan it first, then execute. And I'm going to check the debrief against the plan. Been doing rough planning for the way that we're doing it at the moment. As I say, if I was trying to turn your side around, this is the most important thing that I'd be doing, because I would assume that even if you're not using flex as you're planning, you'd be doing some level of planning. All we're doing at the moment is creating the motion with our purpose, our actions, doing it continuously, making it trackable. All right, take that, use it. Made a great week. And the reason, let's see if this outro will work, that you're not moving quicker is this.
Roy, you come to the clubs tonight?
Hold on, will you be there?
Of course, bro.
Then fuck.
That is not the video that was supposed to be there. Where's it gone? Oh, it's not there. Actually, I'm going to play this one for you. This is one that I pulled out of that was in the live this morning that I did for Sunshine Coast businesses. And you might think I'm going off track a little bit, but I'm not. The way that you build all this works the same way whether you're doing a project, you're running a business, or anything else. Putting this in place is a project in itself. I did a post, I think it's tomorrow actually, I'm doing a post. Even the best of PMs, unless they've been doing this for a long time, and if they had, they wouldn't have got into the place in the first place where they need to do a reset. I'm not going to be able to run a project, learn this, and install it on site by themselves. They're going to need a wingman and a catalyst. And the reason that this works so well is because it uses everyone on the site. It uses all the talent. It speaks to eliminating the 8th waste, which at the end of the day, really want to do a project reset, that's what you're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve this. It's getting your leaders engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it. That's your real challenge. Leaders need to be able to sustain it so the people below them realise that they're getting the support that they need to sustain it as well, which is eliminating what's known as the 8th waste. Speak soon.
So the 8th waste, the final one, is a weird one. Skills.
It's a weird one, but it's the biggest one.
Okay.
And there's a reason we've kept the best to last. This is the biggest waste in every organisation. Again, we've said it a few times, people think waste is physical. It's the physical stuff that you can see. The biggest waste in any organisation is the waste of untapped employee genius. There's untapped potential in every single person in your organisation. So why are we not asking them what they think? One of the biggest wastes is not using the creative ideas of your people. So we have 65 people using their brains every day, their creative thinking, their brainstorming, they're coming up with ideas, they're coming up with improvements, because the genius lies in each and every person within your organisation. They have the answers. They're the people doing the work, but why do we not ask them? And this is the biggest waste of all. It's bigger than the other 7 put together, the waste of untapped potential.